It wasn't the sugar that scared me. It was what I didn't know I was doing wrong. That's what almost cost me everything. I thought I was doing fine. For years, I followed what everyone told me. I ate what I believed was healthy. I took my medication. I saw my doctor. It felt like I had things under control. But after more than a decade of living with diabetes, something happened that shook me to the core. I realized there was one thing I'd ignored all along, and it changed everything. Let me take you back to when I first got my diagnosis. I was 60. I didn't feel sick. I woke up each morning, laced up my shoes, and took a brisk walk around the neighborhood. Breakfast was always the same: toast with a little jam, sometimes cereal, and orange juice. I'd sneak in a cookie or two in the afternoon. I told myself, it's just sugar, right? How bad could it be? My doctor said I had type 2 diabetes, but as long as I felt fine, I didn't see the harm. I thought I was doing everything right. The truth is, I didn't understand my own disease. I thought taking pills was enough. Nobody ever taught me what carbs do. Nobody told me fruit juice could spike my sugar worse than cake. I believed labels that said low fat or healthy. And I never, not once, looked at the nutrition facts. I was guessing my way through a disease that doesn't play fair. The first thing I changed? I started reading the labels. If sugar was one of the first 3 ingredients, I put it back. If it had more than 5 ingredients I couldn't pronounce, I didn't eat it. My breakfast changed from cereal and juice to eggs, spinach, and water. And you know what? I started to feel better. My blood sugar dropped. My energy returned. I felt in control, for the first time in years. For years I lived like that, and slowly, things changed. I felt tired more often. I needed more naps. Then came the headaches, the blurry vision, the numbness in my feet, but I still didn't connect the dots. I told myself, it's just age catching up to me. Then one morning, I collapsed in the hallway. I woke up in the hospital. Blood sugar, 326. The nurse looked at me and said, "You're lucky it wasn't worse." That was the moment everything hit me. I'd been ignoring what was on my plate. I was eating like I didn't have diabetes, and it nearly cost me my life. If you're living with diabetes, or just trying to stay healthy after 50, don't wait for a scare like I did. Hit subscribe and follow along. I'm sharing all 6 lessons that changed my life, one each day. The first thing I changed? I started reading the labels. If sugar was one of the first 3 ingredients, I put it back. If it had more than 5 ingredients I couldn't pronounce, I didn't eat it. My breakfast changed from cereal and juice to eggs, spinach, and water. And you know what? I started to feel better. My blood sugar dropped. My energy returned. I felt in control. For the first time in years. You can't fix what you don't track. Don't trust the front of the box. Learn to read the back. Understand what you're feeding your body. I ignored that for over 10 years, and it nearly cost me everything. Tomorrow, I'll share lesson 2, the one that saved my sleep. It's something I never thought was connected to diabetes, until it was. I remember lying there in that hospital bed, wires on my chest, IV in my arm. I wasn't scared of dying. I was scared of living like that. Weak, tired, broken. It wasn't just about me anymore. It was about my wife, my grandkids. What if I couldn't hold them anymore? What if I couldn't be there for their birthdays? That's when I promised myself, no more guessing. I went home and opened my pantry like it was a crime scene. Cereal, gone. Crackers, gone. Healthy granola bars, loaded with sugar. I tossed out half my kitchen that week. And my wife? She thought I was losing it, but I told her, if I don't change now, there might not be a later. Little by little, I started cooking again. Eggs, leafy greens, whole grains. I learned to enjoy the food that helped me heal. And every week, I checked my numbers and smiled. I wasn't perfect, but I was finally doing it with intention. And that gave me peace. So if you're watching this and thinking, it's too late for me, let me tell you something. I was 60 when I got diagnosed, almost 70 when I changed, and 80 now, still walking, still living, still learning. It's never too late to take back control. Start with Lesson 1. I still keep the hospital wristband in my drawer. Not to scare myself, but to remember. To remember that even when things look fine on the outside, what's happening inside can be a storm you don't see. That little band reminds me every morning, you've got another shot today. Don't waste it. Lesson 1 wasn't just about food. It was about paying attention. About finally listening to what my body had been whispering for years. If you're still here, maybe it's your time to listen too. Don't wait for a hospital bed like I did. Start now. Start with Lesson 1. And don't forget, tomorrow we talk about sleep. I promise, it's not what you think. I didn't share this story to scare you. I shared it because maybe, just maybe, someone out there is living like I was. Thinking they're doing fine, ignoring the signs, trusting the front of the box, and waking up every day one step closer to a breakdown they don't even see coming. If that's you, then take this video as a second chance, not just to change what you eat, but how you see your own body. You've got more time than you think, more strength than you feel, but only if you start paying attention. Subscribe now and join me tomorrow. Lesson 2 might just give you your first good night's sleep in years.